Do you actually think I would stay loyal to you after you blew up the planet I was destined to rule?
Well, I wonder what the prince would do if he knew you authorized Planet Vegeta's destruction from the start.
Fight!
Round 5.
I've got it! The next stop, Earth!
I didn't think I'd see Vegeta here too, but monkeys do travel in troops. It was poetic using Earth's dragon to save me from Earth's hell. I've been training intensively every day since my return to make sure I won't lose to you again.
In case you didn't notice, I've gotten stronger too.
I'm going to take my final form from the start.
I'll tell you this, you're no pushover, that's for sure. If you weren't rotten to the core, you'd actually make a perfect sparring partner for me.
Channel that Super Saiyan glow I hate
That's
so
a
much.
heat. It's not going all
To
out.
be honest, Frieza,
From the
I'm not so
beginning.
sure I need to
Exactly.
yet.
That boy getting boxed.
How's that possible? Frieza's more monstrous than ever, but Goku hasn't taken a single blow.
Take that!
This looks so cool. I don't remember it being this good.
You don't?
No.
Yeah. I guess.
I'm impressed.
Yeah. Frieza said Earth's hell. I was just thinking, like, why is it Earth's hell?
Yeah, he's really specific about that. I just thought they had one home for infinite losers, just one hell.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, what does Namek's hell look like? Just you out in the field just doing the work. Like, how does that work? But yeah, this battle isn't bad at all. Like, the only problem I would say is really why don't they go all out from the beginning? But
It's Dragon Ball Z.
they're both testing the waters, I guess. So
You sell more action figures when you fight your base form. But yeah, that was strange with them not, because Frieza his final form, I assume he's going to go all out. And like I said, I haven't seen this in forever, but he only uses fourth form, which is strange. And then Goku,
and it's not like he could beat him in just his final form.
right, he's getting dusted.
Exactly. So like, what's the point of waiting?
Right.
There's no point. But yeah. And like I said earlier, like I think that's one of Goku's actual weakness, not going all out from the beginning.
Right.
Aside from like, yeah.
But I think that's what Reese meant by letting his guard down, because he assumed that he was safe enough to, like, I don't need to do this, so I'm not going to. So he underestimates, because Frieza's going to turn up in a second. Like, he's getting smacked around a little bit, not quite like he did in the Saiyan saga, or excuse me, not the Frieza saga, where Goku is literally smacking him. He's not getting smacked around like that, but he's going to turn up.
Fight!
Round 6.
Super Saiyan, okay.
So what is this, Super Saiyan with blue hair dye?
So let's say I got a taste of something called Super
Kill
Saiyan
him!
God, and now I've learned to tap into that power on my own.
Oh my god. I do remember the first time I saw this transformation sequence, and it is sick.
I know gold's a bit gauche, but I wanted to ensure you grasp my new position atop the pecking order.
Hey, Vegeta! So you want to take that turn right now, or what?
Don't pawn him off on me now, Kakarot! He told us he wanted to fight you, remember?
afternoon.
The Saiyans would win if they fought as one.
Yes, if they worked together, they'd clearly be unstoppable. But they're far too proud to do that.
You mean too stupid.
What? Beerus?
That's not polite, Frieza. You forgot to say Lord.
But Lord Beerus, I came here for vengeance. Are you planning to intervene?
Now, why would I possibly care about that?
Hold on, you mean you'd really let Frieza win?
As long as you keep supplying me with fine delicacies like this, I'll make sure that your life is spared at least. You just stay close to me.
Yo, what you doing, bro? What you doing? Yeah, that's funny. Just stay close to me. Yo, so, what's up? What you doing? Oh, man.
I would expect that from Krillin and Roshi, maybe, but the whole squad.
Go on to it. What's up? So, that's funny. But yeah, I like this battle between Goku and Frieza. I would say I just think it's too short as far as like whether he's in Super Saiyan Blue or regular form. I just think it's like too short. And really about the whole movie, I think it's more dialogue than actual action. And I think a part of that is to try to get the story of Dragon Ball Super out in this movie so they can like extend the series.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to do more storytelling than actual action, more dialogue than actual action. But I don't have a problem with it though, but I do still like the battle. How do you feel about it?
I thought it was great. I don't remember Goku getting this much offense, and I'm trying to identify what was the key moment where the momentum shifted and Frieza started to really get the upper hand. And it just seemed like over time.
I don't know. I think I think Frieza's stronger than him in this form.
The one thing I did mention during the actual clip, it was very un-Vegeta-like. I understand that Frieza said he said kill the Saiyans. He didn't specify Goku, but Goku was the first one that he went after, that stepped up. And Vegeta just let him. Usually, Vegeta, he would butt in. And he even does that in... What fight did he butt in? Didn't he take over against... When Goku was getting bested by Broly, Vegeta just jumped in there. After Goku got tagged in and...
yeah, they started working together at that point.
Yeah.
Like, he started working with him. Yeah.
Exactly. He said, you're not going to beat him by yourself.
Yeah, but one thing that is not shown in these clips, though, he does, in the middle of the battle, he does stop Goku and say, like, what are you doing? You're supposed to give me a turn.
Stop! This has gone on long enough! You promised me we would take turns, Kakarot!
But he says that, oh, Vegeta, I want to kill Goku myself. Like, what are you doing?
Stay out of this fight. I want to crush Goku myself.
They was arguing about that. Vegeta didn't get a turn.
Okay.
But yeah, and back to the Frieza point, he does want to kill the Saiyans, but I think he's more interested in getting his revenge on Goku.
Because he's the one that killed him.
Exactly, or defeated him. Not really killed him because he didn't kill him, but defeated him. Yeah, so
I get that, but I feel like Vegeta in the Frieza saga, Vegeta wanted to kill Frieza.
Yeah,
and so I would think that Vegeta's history was a direct consequence of his relationship with Frieza. Mm-hmm. So I would imagine that he would still have that same amount of animosity towards him. But I don't know, man. Just with their personalities, I would anticipate that Vegeta would have wanted to be the first one to go in there and fight. Mm-hmm. And that was a bit surprising to me. I would give it.
That will only open up the door for Vegeta fighting him. Frieza transforms, Vegeta getting his ass kicked, and then Goku coming in to save the day. That's really that will open the door.
The usual.
Exactly. So that's why I'm not really mad at it.
You know, maybe that's a good idea.
Yeah. But how do you feel about Frieza's new form, though? Like,
Golden Frieza?
Yeah. Did you like it when you first saw it?
I did. I think it's real. So thank you for asking, because it triggers something else I wanted to bring up. So I actually like the transformation itself. I wish that it was more than just a palette swap. I feel like a lot of the Dragon Ball Super transformations are extremely lazy. Super Saiyan God form is just red hair on the base form. Super Saiyan Blue is just blue hair on the Super Saiyan. Yeah. Ultra Instinct is pretty much a stylized version of the base form with the silver. So it's, and then Frieza with the golden form is just a color swap, and then the naming convention, that is irritating. I would have really liked, I feel like these transformations, they're missed opportunities to not give them other techniques, because it just seems like they change their colors and they get stronger. It's not like when Frieza goes golden, just think if he could have done, he has a new ability. Yeah, I think that'd be really neat. I think those are huge missed opportunities in terms of adding more depth into the characters, the story, the combat, like all of that. That would have been just upgraded if they were to incorporate some of those features instead of just giving them a palette swap. I mean, if you look, so he actually, if you compare them side by side, his fourth form, which is final, and the golden form, there are subtle differences in terms of like the segmentation on the body, but it's not big enough to constitute necessarily a transformation. It's more so just like a palette swap. That's all it is. Yeah, and then they had the opportunity to redeem themselves, and this isn't part of the movie, but it's common knowledge at this point. Frieza has a black form, stronger than the golden form. They had the opportunity to redeem themselves and give him something more visually interesting. What do? Another color swap. And not only that, it's called Black Frieza. It's extremely lazy. I feel like this is really lazy.
Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with that.
Did you like the form?
As far as the form, yeah, I thought it was cool. I mean, I do have to agree with everything you say, though. Like, I do think it's just a different color swap. I thought it was pretty cool as far as like golden, because it's something you haven't seen in the show, like some golden other than like Super Saiyan, but that's more yellow to me. So yeah, I thought it was cool. But I would have liked to have like a different attack or something too, because it seems like he only knows a death beam and the death ball, but he doesn't use that unless he's destroying the planet. Yeah. But so he just used a death beam. So yeah, it would have been cool to see him have another attack or something too. Oh, and the disc too, like
he does destructive disc.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it would have been cool. Yeah, I agree.
To that point about Frieza and his transformations, there are, with the golden form, it actually does make some sense. So I don't know if it was mentioned verbally in this movie, because we're reviewing the clips portion by portion, but the color gold was chosen despite the Super Saiyan transformation.
No, that's not in this movie at all.
Okay, it was chosen intentionally for it. So that is the one redeeming quality of the transformation, aside from like, it looks cool, but there is some reason why it does look the way that it does. But I did want to note that.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So what do you guys think, though? Do you guys like the Golden Frieza form? Do you guys agree with Brian as far as he should have developed a new attack, or the design could have been different? Let us know.
Fight!
Round 7.
Well then.
You sure you want to keep going? It's not affecting you yet, Frieza, but it's about to. Your new form is burning through more power than your body can supply. You should have waited until you were used to this form and knew how to regulate it before you started picking fights.
Well, in that case, I'll just stop wasting my time and kill you right now! What the?
See? I told you you'd run out of gas. Now take my advice and get out of here.
Damn you!
Dude, you spent 4 months. It's not like you spent 17 years, bro.
Yeah. Come on!
I'm like Whis. I'm like Whis.
That is freaking ridiculous. So I don't understand. What kind of laser is that? Because do you see the caliber of attacks that Goku has survived?
And in his Super Saiyan Blue form, he gets hit with a laser.
Yeah.
In his heart, he's just done.
That.
That'd be like one punch taking out Batman or some shit. Yeah. That's not how that works.
I am at a loss right now.
I also think it's funny how the Whis training was just foreshadowing for like the parts of the rest of the movie. Like he talking about Goku let his guard down and he does just that. He gets shot.
Yeah.
So I do think that's funny, but
I'm just baffled. Like, did he? This is the exact same thing. You know how I say Dragon Ball Super? It redoes a lot of what Dragon Ball Z did. Yeah. He was sparing Frieza.
Yeah.
And Frieza, the only difference now is this time Goku actually got murked by a ring laser, which that's new. It's creative, but like I said, it's ridiculous. I've seen him survive far worse.
Yeah, definitely.
Fight!
Final round, round 8.
Now you're the one on the ground facing defeat. You won the battle, but you lost the war. Oh, Vegeta, come down here for a second. I know you despise this Saiyan underling for daring to be so uppity.
Hey.
Whis tried to warn you, and yet here you are. I'm going to pulverize you until there's nothing left.
You dare say that to me?
Good thing that space cop didn't want his.
You believe you can defeat me, then you're more delusional than ever.
How strong does he think Vegeta is? Doesn't
He just in Goku's posse.
I too have the power of a god. I'm sending you back to hell.
Your threats are as empty as your title. All hail Vegeta, Prince of No One.
Game over.
At least try to face your death with some honor. And don't dream of resurrecting again.
You can all go to hell without me! What?
Whis, quickly.
Right.
How many times has anyone died in Dragon Ball Z?
No! How could anyone be that evil? There's nothing left. He destroyed the Earth.
This is my fault. Damn, Frieza was right about me. I should have finished him off when I had the chance.
Then are you ready to make this right?
Huh?
The only way to avoid this outcome is to send Frieza back to his flower garden.
That do-over thing.
And don't dream of resurrecting again.
Wow. Just wow. So when Vegeta was gonna finish Frieza off, if that would have actually been the kill shot, that would have been one of the sickest lines ever.
Yeah.
At least face your death with some honor, and don't resurrect again.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool. I liked how Vegeta was. He enacted some measure of vengeance on Frieza. Yeah. And so one thing I do like, I love this about Frieza, is when Frieza's desperate and he's making like this squealing and yelling noises. Like I remember when Jiren was beating the piss out of him. Like it's just so funny. And then Broly too.
Yeah, Broly.
I really enjoy seeing Frieza get beat up because he gets so exasperated, and you could hear the desperation in his voice. But yeah, I really do enjoy the fact that this movie actually, they presented Vegeta and good light, much like the Broly movie.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't him getting beat up. So they did do a little bit of Vegeta redemption in those films. In the core series, he still is the warm-up.
Yeah.
He's the appetizer, if you would.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I liked it. I wish that Goku would have learned more from this. I mean, he learns the lesson, but I still feel like it's something that is a reoccurring theme even after this, that he doesn't take his opponents seriously when it comes to... Like, Vegeta automatically, first he went to blue. That was the first thing he did well.
Mm-hmm.
Goku doesn't do that in subsequent fights.
Yeah, what I like, this is really the only fight where Vegeta is like outmatches Frieza, and you can see him actually get his revenge or vengeance for his race, really, even though he doesn't actually kill Frieza, which is another reason why it would have been so cool for him to actually kill Frieza in this instance.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they was going to bring him back later on for the Tournament of Power, like, come on, just let Vegeta have his actual moment.
And then be upset that they bring him back.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I like the ending to this movie. I forgot how good the actual animation was, the visuals animation, how it went 3D during the fights, and how that made the fights even better. The
planetary destruction looked great.
Yeah, that shot was great also. There's a lot of really good shots in the movie.
The Kamehameha versus the Death Ball.
Yeah, and I think they really did really well as far as visually, like taking their time with this actual movie and making it really good visually.
I enjoy this movie aged extremely well.
Yeah,
I enjoy it now more so than I did before, and I have a newfound appreciation for the film.
Yeah,
I mean, sometimes it takes a few times to watch things before you can say that things are great, specifically when people call things classics.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think this is Dragon Ball Z does not make bad movies. Let's just be clear about that. They do not make bad movies. I can't say, I don't know where it stacks up. I mean, that's a hell of a task to rank the Dragon Ball Super movies. They all look impeccable, from the art style, the animation. They do a really good job of filling like plot holes for the most part. I don't have too many objections. There are a few silly things here and there, like why is Bulma wishing for a fatter ass? Okay, but for the most part, I do really enjoy them. And aside from slight nitpicks, I think they're done very well. So, yeah, Resurrection F, it's an A.
Yeah, I think it's easy to be lost, like to forget about this movie because they do it in the Dragon Ball Super series too. Mm-hmm. So I think it's just a little bit lost. Oh yeah, this was an actual movie too. But yeah, it's definitely a movie that's not really talked about as much. You hear about Dragon Ball Super Broly and Superhero, but you don't really hear about Resurrection of F that much. But it's definitely really good though. Yeah.
I have another theory of why too, because there's no real advancements when it comes to Goku or Vegeta. They don't get a new form. They pretty much just outsmart Frieza.
Yeah.
And then they reverse time. Like if you think about how impactful this movie was, the only impact was that Frieza came back to life, but by the end of the movie that was resolved.
Yeah.
But there wasn't any new forms, there wasn't a new problem. Like this movie was pretty much a standalone movie up until they had the rest of the series built out from it.
Yeah.
In terms of him coming back for the Tournament of Power and so on and so forth. I mean that leaned into it. But when this movie finishes, they're pretty much at a blank slate. They really didn't gain anything in a sense. Yeah. I mean, they have lessons, but in terms of actual, like most people like Dragon Ball Z for transformations. Let's just be real. They didn't get it. Yeah. There wasn't like a huge impact.
Well, what do you guys think though? What do you guys rank Resurrection of F? Is it one of your favorites, least favorites? Like it? No? Let us know, man. But if you guys like the video, don't forget to hit the like button. We're going to see you guys next time. Peace.
Whis and Lord Beerus, are you here to help?
Of course not.
Of course not.